But man is not made for defeat. A man can be destroyed but not defeated. Ernest Hemingway. I would say that man is made for anything, including defeat, because we are dynamic creatures. Even when we do not have or possess the skills or abilities to solve something, we construct solutions, we build tools, we bend things, we just bend reality to our own will. And our greatest power is to want and to have a desire, to have a need, to want to do something. And that means that flexibility, that being dynamic to that degree, it means that, you know, man technically is made for anything, because we are building ourselves as we're molding reality. Next. When you reach the end of your rope, tie a knot and in it, tie a knot in it and hang on. Franklin Roosevelt. Yeah, okay, so I guess, when you reach the end of your options, make sure that you anchor yourself so you don't run out of your last option. That's how I would see it. If you disagree with me, I have no problem. I have more to go. 97. There is nothing permanent except change. And by the way, I'm no longer going to read the names. I don't have time. There is nothing permanent except change. I agree, except the fact that I don't think that the word permanent is the right choice. It's more like there is nothing more constant than change, because change is the only constant, is the only thing that keeps being, existing. Like change, it's still always there, right? But permanent, I'm not sure, because the word permanent means like something is there forever. But yeah, maybe. Okay, next. You cannot shake hands with a clenched fist. Yeah, this one is pretty more in the area of like diplomacy and relationships. And yeah, basically, if you hold a grudge towards someone, you cannot really have a partnership. You cannot really, you know, open conversation, you know, like start a project, build something together, because you hold something inside. So if you hold like a fist, like, oh, I hate this person, you cannot really be also open and closed at the same time. It's, yeah, pretty straightforward. 95, I'm making progress. Let us sacrifice our day so that our children can have a better tomorrow. Yeah, well, obviously this is what we are doing as grown-ups, and as you reach adulthood and you are facing yourself and you face life and you face challenges and everything that's hard, it has come your time to sacrifice for the greater good, right? Because your parents did that, hopefully, before you, right? When you were a child, of course, it makes sense that you're just protected. You're at home, you're fed, you're being taken care of by these higher authority figures like parents. And yeah, now if you are like in your 20s and 30s and beyond, it's like your time to bring your value in the world. And that's not going to be easy, but that's the sacrifice that we pass from generation to generation. The problem is that some people, they take all of that in their childhood. Like basically they benefit from all that is invested in them by people around them, by society, their parents and all of that. And then they reach adulthood, but they don't take their own turn, their own challenge to contribute back. They are just grifters, or they just live life not building anything, not trying anything, just wasting that which was invested in them. And yeah, some people do that. And yeah, but number 94, I'm making progress. It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. Machiavelli. Yeah, this one is a pretty popular one. But let's look a little bit. Machiavelli. Let me evaluate a little bit. It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. This one requires more time to think, but god damn it, if I have to think right now, yeah, I think so. Why would that be the reason? Like, why my instinct goes like, yeah, he is right, but why? What happens if you are loved? Loved, but you're not feared. Oof. All sorts of things, all sorts of things. If you are loved but not feared, like meaning not feared in a, oh my God, you're a terrible person, but like in a respected kind of way, right? If you are loved but not really respected, like nobody really gives you the space that you deserve, and you don't have a presence, yeah, that usually means that you're kind of, I don't know. Like people can play you around. People can push you however they want. One day they love you. One day they love. Yeah, I said correctly. One day they love you. That's why it sounds weird. And the next day they do whatever they want with you because they don't fear you. They don't respect you. You don't command presence. You don't come. You don't occupy your own space. And yeah, for that, I guess he's right. Next, 93. Oh, no picture. The most difficult thing is the decision to act. The rest is merely tenacity. Tenacity? Tenacity, okay. The fears are paper tigers. You can do anything you decide to do. You can act to change and control your life, and the procedure, the process is its own reward. This one was too complex for me to read, but let me see what's the value here. The most difficult thing is the decision to act. Yeah, I agree with that one because the decision oftentimes for people is like, oh, I verbally they decide, they declare something, I'm going to do that, but they haven't, they did not act yet. So they didn't act, they didn't decide to act. They just decided in their mind that, oh, I want to achieve this, I do that, but that's just like nothing. To act is really difficult. Um, the fears are paper tigers. Yeah, I guess, yeah, it's something that looks scary, but actually it's not. It's just like a mental representation. You can do anything you decide to do, more or less, but yes. You can act to change and control your life. Um, more or less. And the procedure, the process is its own reward. Yes, basically this is the journey is the reward. Okay, next, 92. Oh, a picture. Do not mind anything that anyone tells you about anyone else. Judge everyone and everything for yourself. Very true. This is a common situation usually when you have like a company politics and there is a new person coming in, and everyone or most people, they have something against this person, and then they try to tell new members, oh, this person is bad, or don't talk to this guy, blah 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 blah. And most people actually they they take that as true, and interesting enough it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, because now with that in their mind, oh, this person, I should stay away, I have a bad image about them, about this person because they said this way, and then they act in a certain way around this person, and guess what, now the person picks up on the fact that I'm like, there is something wrong in here, like I'm not treated fairly, and then they react to that, and then the person says like, oh yeah, they were right, you guys were right about this guy, he is exactly like that, not realizing that no, it was your preconception, it was you, the fact that you downloaded all this information without really checking for yourself, really engaging with the person, giving the person a chance to know them, and then that became the truth, which is not. So yeah, very true. Wait, this is like two. Okay, no, it's okay. It's text. 91. Okay, we're making progress. Almost 10 out of the way. Learning never exhausts the mind. Look, man, Leonardo. Sounds true to be, but how would I actually know if this is true? Learning never exhausts the mind. So sometimes it feels like when you are learning something for long, it feels like, oh my god, I'm exhausted, right? So does that mean that you are not learning? I don't know, Leonardo. We would have to go back in time and ask him, like, man, what did you mean? It sounds kind of true, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, next. 90. There is no charm equal to the tenderness of heart. This one is like soft. I like it. I like it. Smells good. It's like, oh, delicious. There is no charm equal to the tenderness of heart. Yeah, I like this one. I like this one. All that we see or seem is but a dream within a dream. Well, only someone like Edgar Allan Poe would say something like this. And yeah, all that we see or seem is but a dream within a dream. This goes back to the like to that forever question, like what is reality? Like which is reality? Is it now that I'm recording this video, is this reality or am I dreaming? Who knows? Maybe Mr. Allan Poe would know. 88. Oh wow, I'm moving fast. That's good. Lord, I know when the quote starts with Lord, I know this is a religious, but let's see. Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. This must be a really old one. Yeah. I guess it's more like allow me to stay away from hatred and to cultivate peace instead. 87. The only journey is the one within. Yeah, well, we all have to take this at face value. It looks like that, it feels like that, but we have no proof. We have no proof that there is no physical or there is no external world. Like, it could be either way. Maybe it's just me with my own experience, and even this chair, maybe it's just coding in the matrix. Maybe it's just that my own consciousness renders somehow the reality, and yeah, maybe everything that there is, it's actually within, and there is no, if there is a within, there is no not an outside. Quotes like this, usually they sound kind of true, but it's pretty hard to really prove it. It's more like a sense of, like, I think like this. It's pretty hard to prove that. So it feels true, but who knows? Good judgment comes from experience, and a lot of that comes from bad judgment. This one is funny. I agree. Good judgment comes from experience. Yes, because if you have experience, you learn to make distinctions between this is good, this is not good, this is a little bit better, that's a lot better. Like, those distinctions are important, and only experience can teach you that, like having that experience. But the funny part is that a lot of the experience comes from bad judgment. This part is funny because it's true. Like, really, we register a lot of the life experience when things go bad. If things just go good, it kind of flies above our head. Like, it doesn't really register. But when life punches you in the face, you'll be like, oh, wow, like, whoa. You just woke up, of like, oh my God, what just happened? Like, oh, that experience, you don't forget it because you got punched in the face. And yeah, it's funny, but true, my God. This person, Will Rogers, well, I guess this person had some suffering in their life. He talks like a knower. Number 85. Think in the morning, act in the noon, eat in the evening, sleep in the night. This person was very organized with everything, including their quotes. Think in the morning, act in the noon, eat in the evening, sleep in the night. Okay. I think from the usually daily thing, there are some things missing, and I don't know where to put them, but okay. When should I make love? Think in the morning. You cannot make love in the morning. Act in the noon. I think you can. Making love should be regarded as acting. So noon. Eat in the evening. Well, you cannot make love and eat at the same time. Sleep in the night. Okay, so I guess in the noon. But on a more serious note, think in the morning. I agree. Here is why. Morning usually is the beginning, and it should be the beginning of the day. That is when you wake up, you cannot just like wake up and just do things, because you have to wake up, and be sharp. Like look around you, be like, okay, what do I need to do? What's the time? Where I am? What do I have to do today? You have to reorganize, restructure all the information in your mind and plan. That's why I think in the morning, I agree. Act in the noon. Yes, this is where you have your best energy, and that's where you should do the most productive stuff. And yeah, the hardest work should be there. Correct. Eat in the evening. This one, maybe yes. I've noticed that when I keep myself hungry, I guess I'm more productive, but sometimes if I'm not eating until evening, maybe I'm running out of energy. So I'm not sure. It goes different. Sleep in the night. I agree. 84, but my God, oh, I have to move faster. I'm too slow. That is a sign that I'm talking too much. I know. 84. Life without love is like a tree without blossoms or fruit. Yeah, I agree. With this one, I would just say I agree because it's true. Nothing to say more. No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. Oh, I would definitely require some proof for this, and I will tell you why. It's because I know, for example, first I know where the quote is coming from, the idea that in the grand scheme of things, at the universal cosmic level, no matter like no little act of like good act will actually be wasted. From that perspective, it kind of makes sense. But you see, from a people perspective, you're going to notice that most good things that you do for others, they're going to be forgotten like 3 weeks, 5 months, 7 years. They won't even remember. And you will sacrifice yourself to for some people, and you are not going to get in return what you expect or be expect to be treated fairly. You won't get that because people don't remember what you do for them. Like rarely that's the case, and that is because most people are mindless. They're not awakened, they're not fresh, they're not lucid, they're not really paying attention. So therefore they pay attention. If you do bad things to them, oh, they will remember you forever, and they are going to try to do harm to you for a lifetime. Like people are way better at becoming enemies than just like remembering the good things that you do for them. So from that perspective, no act of kindness, no matter how small it ever goes wasted. I'm like, maybe from a cosmic godlike perspective, everything is interconnected, we are all one. Yes, from that, yes, but to people level, most of it is actually wasted. But the good thing about this, I also want to add this, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't mean that, oh, if people will not appreciate your efforts, that means you should not do good things. No, you don't do that for them. That's the point. At least in my case, I do that because I want to be a good human being. That's it. I just doing something good for someone else, if I deem it as important, it's my way of contributing back to the universe. It's not necessarily to the person or expecting that the person will give me something in return. I'm like, it doesn't matter. I do not care about that. I care about being good towards universe, towards God, towards truth. And as this person is part of this extended reality, I'm, like I can do good things and not expecting anything in return. Love cures people, both the ones who give it and the ones who receive it. This requires a little bit of processing. Give me a second, okay? Love cures people. Does love cure people? Okay, let me hold on a second. We are talking about love. Love cures people. Does love cure people? This one is hard one, I will tell you this. Number 82, you are hard. Because I don't know if love cures people. There are many reasons to say yes, love can be curative. But there are also many angles that would point or prove the exact opposite. So really, I don't know. But we all have to believe it. Love cures people. Both the ones who give it and the ones who receive it. If love cures people, I will say this. If it really, love is curative, yeah, definitely it's going to apply for both. 81. Ooh, Work like you don't need the money, love like you've never been hurt, dance like nobody's watching. This one is popular. Work like you don't need the money. Yeah, I agree, but for me, I don't call it work. For example, I do coaching, and for me, that does not work. I do that of passion. Like every time when I have calls with my clients, I love it. Like I just love my work. It's not work, so I don't even work. So yeah, love like you have never been hurt. Sounds nice, but god damn it, it's hard. Like this is one of those quotes that sounds very, 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 very good on paper, but in reality, it's very, 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 very difficult to apply. I think that's why it has like the nice, beautiful red flowers and the mountain in the background. It's like a nice picture, but dance like nobody's watching. That one, yes, this one I can do it. If I want to, I can dance like nobody's watching, knowing that people are watching, but I don't care. And that, I agree. That's actually easier to do. First two, not so easy. Is it far better, 80? Is it far better to be alone than to be in bad company? Is it far better to be alone? No, sorry. I thought it's a question because when I read it first, I thought that's a question and my answer was like, obviously, but then I realized it's not a question, it's a statement. It is far better to be alone than to be in bad company. George Washington, yes, absolutely true. 1,000 times, it is far, far, far. This is what, if I would rewrite this quote, I would write it like this. It is far, 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 far better to be alone than in bad company. Alin Sabo. Because I added the far, far, far. So why is that? It's because first, to be alone is not bad. Lonely might be something bad, but to be alone, just you with yourself, that's the greatest gift you can give to yourself. It's the absence of distraction, absence of all that bombardment that comes from other people. That is a pure gift, to give you the silence, the presence, to enjoy yourself. Yes, that is way better no matter what. And compare that to bad company. Yeah, bad company is bad company anyway. So George Washington, very true. 79. If you cannot do great things, do small things in a great way. I heard that Napoleon Hill. Okay. Let me say something about the quote. If you cannot do great things, do small things in a great way. Sounds good, but I'm not really sure. Nothing really comes to mind. Do small things in a great way. Okay, I will take an example just because I'm having fun. Small things. What is a small thing? Okay. Okay, recording this video. It's obviously small. Okay, so how can I record this video in a great way? Yeah, I could see this in the sense of do even the smallest things or the smallest actions, seek for excellence. Like if you do something, no matter how small, do it good. It's almost like if you play a game, play well. Yeah, I agree. If that's the direction. 78. Permanence, perseverance, and persistence in spite of all obstacles, discouragements, and impossibilities. It is this that in all things distinguishes the strong soul from the weak. Need to process a little bit. It sounds true again. I'm having too much fun with this. Yeah, I agree. It's character over everything else. To build character despite obstacles is really the goal. The goal is not really the result. The goal is who you become and the character that you develop along the way. That's how I take it. 77. Oh, this one is a short one. Independence is happiness. Susan B. Anthony. Is this a woman? Yeah, well, independence is happiness. Yeah, it looks like one thing I want to say, if this Susan looks like a lady. I've noticed that men build wealth to offer to their family and to their wife a great life. Women build wealth in order to basically become independent from men. we have our priorities kind of like different in here, which is, it is how it is, no problem with that, but I think that men should actually take a notice of this, take a notice of the fact that in this day and age, most women, if they want to build, like they want to build career as a way to have like an insurance from the man. Like if he upsets me, if he does something like me, okay, I will just like divorce him and take my money, and which is fine. But as a man, you should never marry a woman that builds builds like a backup for when relationship goes to shit, because then that's not a really good relationship. She's not like all in, she is just like, she is like marrying you, but on the side she goes like, okay, if this bastard, like I don't like him, then I have my backup. So that means nothing wrong with this, but that means that she's not all in. She's not all in. It's like the commitment is not forever. The commitment is like, maybe. So yeah. Anyway, I kind of like went pretty far with this one. Independence is happiness, and Susan, if independence is happiness for you, we definitely believe you, and I understand that. And also, let me just say one thing quickly about this, because I want to do justice. I don't want to. I know I speak as a man, but at the same time, my point is always to discuss truth, not just like to be biased. Let me flip this a little bit. Independence is happiness, and this lady Susan. To be honest, if you think from the other side, also it makes sense, because it depends. Like if you are as a woman and you really don't find, like if you don't really find someone that is you can be committed to, like it's someone that you can respect for a lifetime, well then you're kind of like there is an issue in here, because well, you would want to be somehow dependent on a man to be part of a family, and stay home, take care of the kids, but at the same time, if this person is not really deserving of their position, like you following them and being able to rely on them, then independence is a lot more than happiness. Independence is necessary. But the point here is not like independence is necessary, because you should not be with a man that you need independence from. Like that's kind of like the whole dynamic is like broken, because as a woman, if you really trust your man and they're going to take care of you, and it's a good leader, you don't need independence, because like your role is to support the man and the family to grow together, and you don't need independence. Independence is like separation, right? But I'm just saying, in the case of when you haven't secured that good relationship that you're looking for, you don't even need independence. You just need to first cut the relationship. It's not a good relationship. If you need independence, it means the relationship is not good. So yeah, that's kind of like but I can see how that can be problematic. Anyway, 76. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. Yeah, but that's not most necessarily war. Like war, it's not mean that. The supreme act of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. Well, that's more like diplomacy, influence, tactics, strategy, psyops, but it's not really war. Like that is very different. War is, anyway. I'm talking. It's funny that I'm talking against. It thinks like it looks like I'm talking against Sun Tzu. Many people will be like, who the hell is this guy? Like, I'm just having fun. Like 75. Keep your face always towards the sunshine, and shadows will fall behind you. Yeah, it's more like orient yourself towards light, and then the bad negative things, they're going to always be behind you. This one is pretty nice. 74. Being entirely honest with oneself is a good exercise. Oh, it's more than a good exercise. It's something that, I don't know, Freud, you don't know what happened, man. But recently people really do not want to be honest at all with themselves. So it's not just a good exercise. Now it became like an existential crisis. So Yeah, happiness can exist only in acceptance. Yeah, I agree. When you, and here is what actually makes sense why that's the case. Flip it on the other side, and you will see that when you do not accept, when you fight against reality, that creates a lot of friction when you're in that energy. No, this shouldn't happen. No, it shouldn't be like this, right? When you fight that, there is friction, there is pain, there is suffering, there is struggle. And that's because you're not really accepting what it is. Love has no age, no limit, and no depth. Well, I don't know. Love has no age, bah, no limit. Man, this one is too general. I'm sorry, I'm not going to get into that. 71. Stay with me. Like I have another 71. Oh my God. You can't blame gravity for falling in love. Einstein, I love you, man. 70. There is only one corner of the universe you can be certain of improving, and that's your own self. A corner of the universe. The question here is like, am I a corner of the universe? Yeah, maybe like an angle, like a fractal of the universe. I can see that, and that's the only one to improve. Agree. 69. Honesty is the first chapter in the book of wisdom. Is honesty the first chapter in the book of wisdom? Yeah, honesty is always connected to truth. So there, it's truth self-directed, right? It's truth about yourself. So to be wise, you have to first be oriented towards truth and to accept yourself. So yeah, totally agree. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. Yes. This one is very fast. The best preparation for tomorrow is doing your best today. The best for your preparation of tomorrow is to do the best today, obviously. A new command I give you, love one another as I have loved you. So you must love one another. This comes from nobody else than Jesus Christ himself. A new command I give you, love one another. As I have loved you, you must love one another. Definitely we live in a time where there is so much hatred, like, oh shit. I clicked on the microphone. So there is so much hatred, and I really believe sometimes that the solution for humanity to go to the next level is to stop fighting itself. But how to do that, how to make everyone to agree at the same time that, hey, we should stop hating each other and we should start searching for ways to work together, to solve problems together, because togetherness makes us stronger. How to do that, how to convince everyone to switch for that at the same time? Good luck with that. Only, everyone says this, only a cataclysm, only, I don't know, aliens invading us, and then we have to be united. Only that unites us. Like, just like a common threat, an enemy. Otherwise, if things are good, success always separates people. Next one, 65. There are two ways of spreading light, to be the candle or the mirror that reflects it. Yes, to spread the light. Yeah, and this one is pretty nice. As in, talks to people like, look, you don't have to necessarily be always leader. You can also be number two. You don't always have to be the CEO. You can also be like a great chief financial officer. You can also be chief operations, and to be great at it. That means that don't seek always to be the source, you know, the center, the core. You can also be the ones that it's an amplifier for the source. Like you can literally be a partner to someone else, and if you choose well your partner, and if your partner is oriented towards truth and creating value in the world, if you supported this partner, you yourself by proxy are going to be a force of good. And this one is so therefore very true. Ever tried, ever failed, no matter. Try again, fail better. Sounds good. Yeah. Definitely the secret is into failing again and again and again, and never just having enough. Like never getting to a point where you just become, I don't know, disappointed with life. Like I'm done. I'm like, I finished. Like I tried one more time, nothing works, blah, blah, blah. Game over. It's never game over. You are still here. You are still playing. It doesn't matter how many times you fail. You just, I don't know, you cannot really fail until you quit. 63. Oh my God, I'm making progress. How much time? I think I'm good. I think I can do it. I just have to go through some of them a little bit faster and I'm good. God gave us the gift of life. It is up to us to give ourselves the gift of living well. This one, brilliant. Because really, we have life, but what you do with the life is really our own, like, it's, how can I say? You're invested with energy, you exist. Energy was invested in you to be put together, to exist. Like, see this? I'm here. But what I do with this existence is up to me. And that is really the beauty of life. Is like you have it and it's up to you to determine what you do with it. You can do all bad, all good. You're free. Like you're free to choose. And that's beautiful. Voltaire, love you. 62. Coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. Coming together is beginning. Agreed. When you come together, it's like, it's potential. What can we build together? What can we do? Why are we here together? What can arise out of this togetherness, this presence of two or more entities? So that's beginning. Potential. Correct. Keeping together is progress. Keeping together, I guess, like keep building or keep doing or keep staying together is progress. Maybe. Working together is success. Yeah. Like I really believe that one way that humanity can evolve is just learning ways to work together and not against each other. 61. Change your life today. Don't gamble on the future. Act now without a delay. This one is a bit change your life today. Yeah, whatever. It's like you don't have time. Don't gamble on the future. What would be to gamble on the future? It's just to really invest in things that might pan out, might not. It's just like a hit or a miss. And that means place yourself or place your energy in actions that will have better than 50% chance in the future that things will, like something positive, highly positive will arise out of that. So that would be the non-gamble approach. I'll give you an example. If you bet on the future that, oh, you know what, I'm going to just, I don't know, buy this crypto and maybe I become rich, that is more like gamble. But if you invest in yourself to go like, you know what, for the next 5 years, I'm going to run every day or go to the gym every day or take care of my diet or learn, read, be better, that is definitely a more than 50% chance that it will pan out. So I think this is where the don't gamble on the future part of comes in, which I agree with. Act now without a delay. Yeah, most people would read this or be like, yeah, and move on. So really, we are lacking action right now. It's true. Not all those who wander are lost. Yeah, I agree. This one is a deep one. I really love the picture with the dark sky, but it's true. Oftentimes, well, it's kind of like this. Let's say that you go through a rough period of your life and you're confused. You don't know what to do. You're just wandering. You just go from project to project, from job to job, from relationship to relationship, and nothing really happens. And you are wandering, but you're also lost at the same time. But I guess the quote refers to that when you really have direction, but you're just taking some time off, and I'm just exploring what else is out there. This is not about the people who are already lost, because who is lost is lost. So if they are wandering, they're definitely also lost. But it's for the people who have a clear direction in life, but sometimes they just disconnect. Sometimes they just take like the Sunday off. I'm not doing anything. I'm just wandering around. I'm just doing whatever I feel. And when they get back to, to their life, they know where they're going. They know their direction of life. So this is the only thing that I can see where you can wander but not being lost. 59. Whoever is happy will make others happy too. Yeah, I totally agree. A person that is happy really cares for other people and enjoys life, and they're going to be pleasant to be like they're going to be pleasant to be around. I have not failed. I've just found 1,000 ways that it won't work. Thomas Edison, of course. This one I really like it. It's because failure is part of life, and you're going to fail many, 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 many times, and it just teaches you a new way to look at failure. I'm like, I just found a way that this doesn't work. It's a funny, it's a funny, positive way to look at failure, and yeah, it definitely works. 57. Tell me and I forget. Teach me and I remember. Involve me and I learn. Yeah, of course. You being part of the experience is really what really sticks. What really changes and expands your reality is having the experience, being involved. There is nothing on this earth more to be prized than true friendship. Oh, let's just stop. I'm hitting the brakes a little bit on this one because it starts with there is nothing on this earth more important than. Why do I have a problem with this? Why do I? Well, I will tell you. First, because it's a strong statement that really requires like serious consideration. Like there is nothing, like nothing more important than true friendship. I don't think so. I don't think it's true. And I will tell you why. At least one thing that I can think of right now, but if I think like 5-10 minutes, I will find others. One thing that I believe that is more valuable than true friendship. It's becoming your best friend. Developing self-awareness. Getting to know yourself and to accept yourself. That is way more important than any friendship. Friendship is like external relationship, this other person, someone else. No, the most important relationship you have first is the relationship with yourself. Because when you bring yourself to that relationship, can be friendship, can be marriage, love, whatever. When you bring yourself to that relationship to someone else, you have to know who you are. You have to know and accept, and you have to work with yourself. You have to conquer yourself. You have to build and develop yourself so you can be good for someone else. So that is more important than the relationship we have with someone else, because that is secondary. Like mainly first is you build yourself, and you have this centeredness of yourself that you can be in a good place so you can bring good to others. Remember what they say, like a person that makes other people happy is a person that they're happy themselves. Well, you have to be happy first so you can be a person that makes other people happy second. So then, no, it's not really the most important. Sorry, Thomas. 55. A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. I really don't agree with the first part. A leader is one who knows the way. I don't think so. Like really, a leader is someone who doesn't know the way, but has enough life experience or competence in that direction to figure things out, and has the courage to lead. It's not like, oh, I know the way. Like when you know the way towards something, that means like it's easy. But true leadership is very difficult. It requires difficult decisions, and I don't think that a real leader is the one who knows the way. That's not a leader. That's just like someone. It's like Google Maps. Like, oh, go this way. That's leadership? No, it's not. Goes the way, yes, and shows the way. Ah, nah, not, not my favorite. This quote make me go like, ah. 54. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. Yeah, of course, the quality of your thoughts is the quality of your life. This is well known by now. And you don't need much to be happy. And the more you think you need to be happy, the more unhappy you will be, because you are determining what you actually require to be happy. And the more of that you set as an expectation, the more clearly unhappy you will be, because now you set like an impossible standard and you hold yourself against it, and therefore, yeah, it's like your happiness is going to suffer. It is all within yourself, in the way you're thinking. Yeah, that's true, because the way you think dictates the way you think, and that the way you think also dictates the actions that you take. And then when you take actions, you have results, and those results become the validating point of your life. And then you kind of like spin in circles, like you basically get back what you put in, right? So yeah, changing the way you think is definitely a very good shortcut of changing your life. But how to do that, most people cannot do it. 53. There is only one happiness in this life: to love and to be loved. There is only one happiness in this life: to love and to be loved. Um, I'm not against love, but I'm against saying that that's the only way. Only one happiness in this life. I don't think there is only one happiness. Actually, happiness, I believe, to have infinite sources. Like it's just like one of those infinite resources that has infinite ways to reach to. And you can be happy in so many different ways. um, 52. If opportunity doesn't knock, build a door. Yeah, basically, if nothing comes your way, make sure that there are avenues, there are options for people and projects and success to find you. That's how I see it. 51. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. This one I don't agree, and I will tell you why. Mark Twain, sorry man, but I know it sounds good. Like, like first when you look at it, you'll be like, of course, like to get ahead, you have to get started. Well, the problem is like it uses the secret of getting ahead. The secret of getting ahead is not really to get started, because so many people these days get started easily on 20, they have 20 projects going on, they have started 50 different projects and they don't finish anything, and they are ahead of what? Like, the only person that they would be ahead of is the person who hasn't started yet. But that doesn't mean that they are ahead. Like, oh my God, these people are ahead. No, they're not. They're not. It's just like, it doesn't matter if you start. It matters for you to start the right thing and continue in the right direction, and just along the way, whenever you fall off track or you get distracted, and come back and resume the journey and continue until you get there. Well, that's very different than this. And 50, let us be grateful to people who make us happy. They are the charming gardeners who make our souls blossom. Yeah, I like this, except the part that it kind of almost like sets this paradigm that other people are the source of our happiness, which I don't believe so. I don't believe so, because equally other people can be the source of our suffering, like greatly so. And it doesn't really set the right priorities. Like, happiness it's something that you have to find in yourself. Like, everyone says this, but nobody understands it, right? So, but being grateful, I don't disagree with this, being grateful for the people who make us happy. Yes, if you have such people around you, they are a joy, and they are people that deserve the best of you. They deserve the best of you, because in your life, you're going to have people who make you happy and they make you better and they support you, and there are people who make you worse, they make you suffer, and they're making your life worse. Well, obviously, you always have to dedicate Like, you have to protect your time and energy away from the people who don't deserve it and give it to the people who deserve it, because, well, they're a joy in your life. And I totally agree. I said I'm going to read 100 and I reached to 50 and it's 50 minutes and I'm late. So today, this is it. But I promise you that I'm going to also read the next 50. I'm going to make another video for this, but for now, this is it.